Hello everyone, today's news is extremely lively and the core keyword is just two words, snatching people. Whether it's the United States or the Chinese Communist Party, both are trying to snatch people right now. The difference is the US is snatching people to save them. Why is that? Because a US military aircraft was shot down today and the two pilots became the focus of a live rescue operation between the US and Iran. The US military launched a massive search and rescue mission, a real-life rescue battle. On the Chinese Communist Party's side, it's also two opposing forces fighting to snatch people, but in this case, it's about capturing people because of Xi Jinping's wife. The leading figure of his Shandong faction, Ma Xingrui, was officially announced as under investigation today. This marks a major turning point in the internal power struggle between two central factions within the CCP leadership. Of course, Ma Xingrui can be considered a big radish once he's pulled out. He's bound to drag out a whole mess of mud with him. So now we see that some people are spreading rumors saying that Hu Chunhua is very likely to be implicated and will be investigated as well. This kind of talk sounds quite shocking, but is it actually credible or not? Besides the official announcement about Ma Xingrui, there is actually another very sensitive figure, Wang Xiaohong, a core loyalist of Xi Jinping's inner circle. Because as of now, Wang Xiaohong has already disappeared for 17 days without any sign or movement. This is truly unprecedented. Moreover, today, Iran did something that could be described as earth-shattering. They directly rejected all the terms proposed by the United States for negotiations, refusing to hold face-to-face talks with the US in Islamabad. What does the breakdown of negotiations mean? Today is April 3rd, Eastern Time in the US. I am Peng Liyuan and welcome everyone to our Jinyuan Talks. What does the Ma Xingrui case really mean for Xi Jinping? If a US military pilot falls into Iranian hands, what would that mean for Trump? Today can truly be described as a day of explosive news. Everyone, be sure to subscribe to us, because only by subscribing will you not only know what has happened, but also understand why it happened. Let's first talk about the official announcement that Ma Xingrui is under investigation, shall we? This case is of great significance. It can be considered a major turning point and an important indicator for the political situation within the Chinese Communist Party. Just today, Xinhua News Agency published a brief news report stating that Ma Xingrui, a member of the political bureau of the CPC Central Committee and deputy leader of the Central Rural Work Leading Group, is suspected of serious violations of discipline and law and is currently under investigation. He is being subjected to disciplinary review and supervisory investigation by the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection and the National Supervisory Commission. Of course, many people quickly noticed one thing. The anomaly is that although this is also an official announcement about a Politburo member being investigated, what about Bo Xilai and Sun Zhenkai before this? When their official announcements were made, the title Comrade was included, and the wording always began with "The Central Committee of the Communist Party of China has decided," which is a standard phrase. In contrast, the official announcement regarding Ma Xingrui lacks both the Comrade title and the phrase "The Central Committee of the Communist Party of China has decided." Why is that? First, why is the title Comrade missing? This is easy to explain. If you look closely, both Bo Xilai and Sun Zhenkai were only accused of disciplinary violations. Even though these were internal conflicts, they were merely violations of party discipline and were placed under investigation. So for the time being, they still retain the title of Comrade. I suppose this counts as a contradiction among the people. But as for Ma Xingrui, right from the start, he was accused of both disciplinary and legal violations. Since he was already involved in breaking the law, this became a contradiction between us and the enemy, so he could no longer be called Comrade. The second point is that there was no decision announced by the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China, and this is rather subtle. Why is that? Because a Politburo member is at the vice-national level, right? That's just one step below the standing committee. When an official of this rank falls from power, it must be discussed and approved by the Central Politburo. This is stipulated by the party constitution. Why did we previously say that when Xi Jinping took down Zhang Yongxia, it was illegal and a personal action? It's because 3 days after Xi Jinping detained Zhang Yongxia, the official announcement was made immediately. He didn't hold the so-called Politburo meeting at all, nor did he go through the normal party procedures. That's why it is regarded as an illegal action, and that's also the reason why it has been continuously resisted within the party. No one has come forward to express support for it, which is why a stalemate has persisted up to today. So as for Ma Xingrui's official announcement, you can see that it was delayed for more than half a year, right? But surprisingly, the official announcement did not mention that it was a decision made by the central authorities. Everyone knows what that implies. Previously, Ma Xingrui had already been absent from Politburo meetings multiple times. Since the fourth plenary session, he disappeared and has not been seen until today. In fact, several of his secretaries and trusted subordinates had already been officially announced as being under investigation one after another. Everyone already had a sense of what was going on. They all knew that things were probably not looking good for Ma Xingrui, right? This shows that the Politburo meetings were specifically about Ma Xingrui, and this case must have been discussed multiple times. But even today, when the official announcement was released, it still did not use the phrase decided by the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China. This indicates that Xi Jinping and his central leadership have been holding out and refusing to let it pass. At the very least, Xi's central leadership did not approve it, but Ma Xingrui was still officially taken down, which can only mean that this was the work of another so-called central authority, basically a case of forcing it through regardless. Which central authority is that? It's the central group led by Wen Jiabao, the decision-making and coordination group. We have told everyone many times before that Ma Xingrui's case is actually very special. Whether the lid could be lifted on Ma Xingrui, whether his case could be settled, it is one of the most important indicators for us to observe and assess Xi Jinping's true power and status. It's not the only one, but it is a very important one. Because Ma Xingrui and Peng Liyuan have an extremely close relationship, you may have seen a lot of rumors. Some say they are cousins or related in some other way. Sometimes it's said that Peng Liyuan lived with the Ma family since she was a child and so on. There are all kinds of versions, and you can't really verify these details, but I think that's not important. What's important is that all of this points to one thing. No matter which version or which rumor you hear, one thing is certain. Ma Xingrui and Peng Liyuan have an extremely close relationship, so close that it can't be separated. Not only are the two of them extremely close in their private lives, but their political ties and the transfer of economic interest between them are even closer, so close that they simply can't be separated. So if Ma Xingrui is taken down, Peng Liyuan won't be able to extricate herself. If Peng Liyuan can't get out of it, Xi Jinping will be put in an extremely passive position politically. That's how they're all tied together, like grasshoppers on the same rope, right? So after Zhang Yuxia got into trouble, everyone saw that Xi Jinping for a while showed a strong tendency to strike back and settle scores, didn't he? At that time, many people wondered whether Xi Jinping had managed to reclaim his power. There were also signs that the Ma Xingrui case was slowing down for a while. The key indicator was Ma Xingrui's close personal secretary, Guo Yonghang. There had already been rumors that Guo Yonghang was about to get into trouble, but just 3 days after Zhang Yuxia's incident, Guo Yonghang was officially announced to be transferred to the position of vice chairman of the Guangdong CPPCC, basically being sent off to retire. So at that time, it strongly seemed like a soft landing, which is why there were rumors going around that Ma Xingrui might have a chance. There was speculation that Xi Jinping might pull him out of trouble. But on March 27th of this year, Guo Yonghang was suddenly officially announced to be under investigation. And what else happened on that same day? Many of you might still remember. One major event was that Wen Jiabao made a high-profile public appearance to inspect the Chinese Academy of Sciences. At the time, we discussed and analyzed this in our program, saying that Wen Jiabao was showing his presence on the ground, or you could say demonstrating his influence in person. As for Ma Xingrui's case, it seemed likely to accelerate because his situation and Guo Yonghang's both came to light on the same day. This couldn't have been a coincidence. At the time, I said that Ma Xingrui's case might soon be brought to light, and as everyone can see, just 1 week later, today, Ma Xingrui's official announcement was made. So in my view, Wen Jiabao's public appearance and Ma Xingrui's official announcement are actually intrinsically connected. Ma Xingrui's case is essentially a decisive battle at a very critical turning point between the decision-making and coordination of the veteran central leadership and Xi Jinping's central leadership. It's a showdown to determine which central authority will prevail. Will the west wind overpower the east wind, or will the east wind overpower the west wind? Today, we already have the answer. So the official announcement about Ma Xingrui at least tells us a few things, very important things. First, after Xi Jinping eliminated Zhang Yongxia and Liu Zhenli, he faced a fierce counterattack. By the time of the 2 sessions, the Zhang Liuxia case had fallen into a deadlock, right? Zhang Liuxia's status as a National People's Congress representative hasn't even been revoked. And now, as everyone can see, the leading figure of his harem faction has been brought down. This shows that Xi Jinping's attempt to reclaim military power has already failed. Without military power, he has no party power. This is an iron rule in Chinese Communist Party politics. Of course, many people might question this, saying Wen Jiabao is just an old man who retired more than a decade ago, right? He's over 80 years old. What power could he possibly have? Why did Xi Jinping take down Ma Xingrui? Let me tell everyone the reason is very simple. Last time, when we discussed the video of Wen Jiabao making a public appearance, we already made this very clear. Wen Jiabao's bodyguards come from the Security Department of the Joint Staff of the Central Military Commission, not from the Central Security Bureau. What does this indicate? It tells us that Wen Jiabao has received strong support from the military. The military now pledges allegiance to that Central Committee of the Resolution, not to Xi Jinping's current Central Committee. With the military supporting him with military power, he has party power. In the Chinese Communist Party, all power comes from the barrel of a gun. That's just how it works. Next, as for Ma Xingrui, you could say he's a big radish, right? Once you pull him out, It's impossible to say that once he's taken down, everything will settle and no one else will be affected. There's no way that's going to happen. On the contrary, to use an old saying, Ma Xingrui's case is very likely to trigger a major purge. What does that mean? It means a sweeping investigation that implicates many others. This case is bound to implicate a lot of people. If the elders faction takes this opportunity to strike hard using Ma Xingrui's case, it could end up dragging in a large portion of the Xi faction within the party and government system. Almost all of them could get caught up in it. Most of Xi's loyalists could end up getting swept in, just like with the cases of He Weidong and Miao Hua, right? With just one case involving He Weidong and Miao Hua, almost all of Xi Jinping's trusted people in the military were taken down in one fell swoop, completely wiped out. If, after Xi Jinping's surprise attack on Zhang Yuxia, there was a brief period of terror balance between him and the counterattack faction, then now the official announcement regarding Ma Xingrui brings us a highly symbolic message. This terror balance has already been broken and the seesaw has already shifted. The anti-Xi faction has already started to regain the upper hand. So what about now? Everyone has seen a certain claim circulating online and it's spreading quite widely. Even some media outlets have quoted it and reported on it. The rumor goes that the Ma Xingrui case has already implicated Hu Chunhua and that the next step will be to investigate Hu Chunhua, that Hu Chunhua is in trouble, and so on. The basis for this claim is, on one hand, that Hu Chunhua, during his tenure as the party secretary of Guangdong, had about 4 years of overlap with Ma Xingrui. At that time, Ma Xingrui was serving as the deputy party secretary of Guangdong, essentially acting as Hu Chunhua's deputy, so the two of them had intersecting political careers. Another basis comes from an online leak, which claims that after Ma Xinrui's secretary Li Guanglu was brought down, he started lashing out wildly like a mad dog, implicating many people, including Hu Chunhua. There are even claims that Hu Chunhua's own secretary has already been questioned and so on. So, with this kind of leak circulating, is there actually any merit to it? Will Hu Chunhua really be implicated in Ma Xinrui's case? Let's pause for a moment and move into today's sponsored segment, where I have a recommendation for everyone. This is the health supplement made from red sea cucumber from Jeju Island, South Korea, which often sells out. This red sea cucumber comes from Jeju Island, South Korea, and is wild caught by generations of local divers. You can see it in this picture. Right? Because it is rich in many growth factors, it is very effective in repairing wounds and inflammation in the body. The repurchase rate is especially high, and since it is wild caught, the supply is limited, which is why it often sells out. Let me share 2 examples with everyone. One example is from a 63-year-old woman from Daeju. She suffered from meniscus strain and her knee joint had long-term fluid buildup causing unbearable pain. She tried all sorts of treatments and in the end could only rely on antibiotics and painkillers to get by. After watching our program, she thought she might as well give it a try. She bought this red sea cucumber and after eating it for a month, found that the comfort in her knee joint had greatly improved. The pain was also noticeably reduced. There was also a Ms. Song from Miami who has had high blood pressure for many years. She gave us feedback saying that after taking this red sea cucumber for a period of time, she felt that she no longer felt dizzy during the day, and her sleep quality at night had also clearly improved. Of course, these are all individual experiences from viewers, so it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone will have the same results, right? Also, I have another friend who told me that he suffers from persistent mouth ulcers, and after taking it, his ulcers healed very quickly. They were resolved in no time, right? Because our stock is limited, we are now offering a special promotion. If you regularly purchase the 60-piece pack of red sea cucumbers every month or every 2 months, you will receive a free pack of raw yellow honey ginseng slices. If you order the 30-piece pack of red sea cucumbers, you will also receive a free Korean repair sunscreen. In addition, anyone who participates in our monthly subscription during the promotional period will receive an extra $10 raw yellow voucher. Friends in mainland China, please pay attention. There is also a special exclusive offer just for you. As long as you purchase the 60-piece pack of this red sea cucumber, you will not only receive a free pack of raw yellow honey ginseng slices, but also this: a whole intact original black sea cucumber from the 6-linked ginseng series, plus an additional $10 raw yellow voucher. So the more you buy, the more you get. But if you say, I don't want to subscribe, I just want to buy once and try it out, that's fine too. For one-time purchases, be sure to enter my promo code TJY to also enjoy a 15% discount. It's just that I can't absolutely guarantee there will always be stock available. So if you're interested, just click the link in the text section of today's program to place your order directly. All right, thank you all for your support. Let's get back to the earlier discussion about Hu Chunhua. In my personal opinion, the idea that Hu Chunhua will be implicated and investigated because of Ma Xinrui's case is a very far-fetched claim. The reason is simple. We all know that just because officials in the CCP bureaucracy have crossed paths in their careers, it doesn't mean they're accomplices in a crime, right? This is a classic case of concept substitution. Because in the CCP bureaucracy, the so-called number 1 and number 2 leaders may be colleagues in name, but in reality, they often belong to different factions. Open and covert struggles between them are extremely common, and this has almost become the norm in the CCP officialdom. Everyone knows about Hu Chunhua and Sun Zhengkai. They were designated successors by the previous generation, right? As for Xi Jinping, he never accepted these successors from the moment he took office. So after coming to power, the first thing he did was to take down Sun Zhengkai, although he gave Hu Jintao some face, right? He didn't directly go after little Hu Chunhua. However, he never allowed Hu Chunhua to enter the Politburo Standing Committee, and in the end, he even directly sent Hu Chunhua off to the CPPCC to retire, essentially sidelining him. This shows that Xi was extremely wary of and excluded Hu Chunhua. So just think about it. Someone as close and as smart as Ma Xingrui, even if Ma Xingrui were foolish, how could he possibly get involved in any sort of political dealings with Hu Chunhua? Anyone who gets involved with him would be asking for trouble. How could he possibly collude with him, right? How could he possibly get involved in corruption together with him? There's no way he would do something like that. Before the 20th Party Congress, there was Wang Xiaohong. She is a staunch Xi loyalist, a member of Xi's faction. Xi Jinping transferred her to Inner Mongolia to take charge with a specific mission to conduct a retrospective investigation going back 20 years. What was the purpose? She was ordered to thoroughly dig into Hu Chunhua's stronghold. She was supposed to dig up dirt on Hu Chunhua and bring him down. But what happened? Wang Xiaohong dug deep in Inner Mongolia, searching high and low, but still couldn't find any leverage against Hu Chunhua. In the end, she got herself caught up in it and ended up being investigated herself. Think about it. If Hu Chunhua and Ma Xingrui really were colluding and making a fortune together behind the scenes, would Xi Jinping need to go to such great lengths? Why would he go so far as to sacrifice Lixia and lose more people by sending them to Inner Mongolia to stir up trouble? He could have just had Ma Xingrui report and expose everything, digging up all of Hu Chunhua's dirty laundry. He could have arrested him right away. After all, you're just a vice chairman of the CPPCC, right? It's not like you're in some crucial position. If Xi Jinping wants to arrest you, he can do it any time, given his absolute power. With power firmly in his hands during the period when he truly held absolute authority, doing something like this would have been a piece of cake for him. So why didn't he do it? It shows that there was simply nothing there. He couldn't get any dirt on him. That's the idea. So right now, at the top of the CCP, there are two centers of power confronting each other, and the key figure at the center of this standoff is actually Hu Chunhua. Because the intention of the elders faction, this central group, is to use Hu Chunhua to replace Xi Jinping. So it's not just that Hu Chunhua is relatively clean and has no leverage against him. Even if Hu Chunhua really did have some issues economically, the elders faction would still do everything they could to protect him to the end. Because this isn't just about protecting their own people in the usual sense. It's not that simple. This is about the struggle over the control and ownership of the CCP's party and government power. And it's a matter of life and death for the elders faction. The logic here is actually the same as with Ma Xingrui being arrested and investigated. This really isn't about saying that Xi Jinping has some kind of moral obsession or that he opposes every subordinate, that he can't stand corruption no matter how close you are to him, right? No matter how loyal a follower you are, as long as you're corrupt, he'll arrest you. It's absolutely not a matter of being principled or refusing to cover up for his own people, right? Is he really so righteous that he would sacrifice his own family for the greater good? In the case of Ma Xingrui, this case concerns the very survival of the Xi faction within the party and government system. As I just said, if the Ma Xingrui case isn't handled properly, hundreds or even thousands of people could get caught up in it and be taken down all at once. Just like He Weidong. That's why I said the Ma Xingrui case could lead to talk of Hu Chunhua being investigated. In my view, this goes against even the most basic political logic of the Chinese Communist Party. In today's CCP political arena, the so-called anti-corruption campaign is actually just the same old line from the Mao era. It's all about power struggles. It's just that back then, the charges were called anti-party or counter-revolutionary. And now that's not acceptable anymore, right? Now they've just changed the term to anti-corruption, but in essence, nothing has changed. It's still the same. It's still all about power. It's still a struggle over the political line. So Ma Xingrui and He Weidong are being investigated, not because they are corrupt. The real reason is that Xi Jinping's power can no longer protect them. On the other hand, if you look at people like Hu Chunhua and even Shi Taifeng, as I've mentioned before, he is actually one of the indicators being measured, right? Why haven't the heads of the organization department been investigated? If Xi Jinping really wants to hold all political power, then someone like Shi Taifeng is a thorn stuck in his throat. So why hasn't he removed him? It's because they have always had powerful protection behind them, with the party elders shielding them. Xi Jinping doesn't really understand, right? He can't even protect his own people, and he also can't get rid of the other side's people. So if you agree with our point of view, please click subscribe and give us a like. That would be the greatest encouragement for us. And thirdly, now that Ma Xingrui's issue has been officially announced, Peng Liyuan will inevitably get herself into trouble as well. As we've said, the two of them can't be separated from each other. Their relationship is just too close. So with this, the anti-Xi faction essentially holds a huge bargaining chip in their hands. Should they go after Peng Liyuan or not? For Xi Jinping, this puts her in a very difficult position. If Zhang Yuxia and Liu Zhengli were still alive, then I think Xi Jinping might still have some room to negotiate. Okay, I'll let Zhang and the others off the hook, and you let my wife off the hook too, right? We can make an exchange. He would have some bargaining room. That is Zhang and Liu. If a soft landing is possible, then Peng Liyuan can also have a soft landing, right? It's an exchange. But if Zhang Yuxia and Liu Zhengli are already dead, as I discussed with everyone before, I think that's a high probability event. Zhang Weixiao and Liu Zhengli are very likely already dead. So for Kai Chi and Wang Xiaohong, this would be extremely dangerous, because Xi Jinping would never abandon Peng Liyuan. So who could possibly be worth Xi Jinping giving up? Who has the weight and qualifications to be used as a bargaining chip to exchange with the elders for Zhang Yuxia? It could only be Kai Chi or Wang Xiaohong, especially Wang Xiaohong, because he was the direct operator in taking down Zhang Yuxia. Moreover, his rank is relatively low. He's only a member of the Politburo after all. At least Kai Chi is a member of the standing committee, right? Not being on the standing committee is a significant difference. At least for now, this rule has not yet been broken. So Wang Xiaohong's situation is the most dangerous. Speaking of this, Wang Xiaohong's perilous situation, you'll actually notice that there is a very rare and abnormal sign. According to the official website of the Ministry of Public Security of the Chinese Communist Party, Wang Xiaohong is of course the top leader, right? The last record of his public appearance in the activities section was from March 15th to 17th. He went to Vietnam together with Wang Yi and Dong Jun to attend the first ministerial meeting of the China-Vietnam Foreign Affairs, Defense and Public Security 3+3 Strategic Dialogue Mechanism. That was his most recent public appearance, which ended on the 17th. It has been 17 days since the 17th, more than half a month has passed. There has been no sign of Wang Xiaohong at all, as if he has disappeared. This 17-day absence has set a new record for the longest period he has been invisible from official activities, because I checked, and previously, the longest time Wang Xiaohong had disappeared was 15 days. 15 days. So of course, we also have to be objective. This time, he has been absent for 17 days, which can certainly be considered an unusual occurrence. However, we still can't jump to the conclusion that something has already happened to Wang Xiaohong, right? It's just that this kind of abnormal situation is worth our close attention. Let's see what happens with Wang Xiaohong next. Previously, we also discussed with the eldest sister, we said that He Weidong and Miao Hua are the ones who control Xi Jinping's military power, Kai Chi controls the pen, meaning the propaganda of Xi's inner circle, and Wang Xiaohong controls the knife, meaning the security apparatus of Xi's faction. And what about the money? Of course, that's in the hands of He Lifeng, Zheng Sanqi, and others like them, right? They are all Xi Jinping's most loyal diehard supporters whom he cannot cut off. So after the anti-Xi faction took down He and Miao, seizing control of Xi's military power, the primary target, as I've mentioned to everyone before, is the knife, meaning the security apparatus, because these are all powerful departments capable of taking people down. That's why, as we've said before, Wang Xiaohong has always been considered high risk. This time, Wang Xiaohong directly orchestrated the raid against Zhang Yuxia, which made her even more of a thorn in the side of the anti-Xi faction, right? She is someone they feel must be eliminated as soon as possible. Therefore, what happens to Wang Xiaohong in the future will be another major indicator for us to assess the Zhang Yuxia case and to gauge Xi Jinping's so-called core status. If you don't believe it, just keep watching. And then, as for Wang Xiaohong, whether she can even make it through this year, I think that's a huge question mark.